Hello friends, in this video we are going to study about object-oriented programming in Python. Here I am going to tell you about some basic terminologies like class and object. We are also going to study about what do you mean by class object and instance object. What are the operations supported by these two types of objects, and of course with a practical demonstration. In addition, we are also going to study about method objects as well as function objects. What is the difference between both and what are their duties? So let us start. So our first concept is a class. You are aware that generally a class is called as a blueprint for an object. Or we can say that a class describes the abstract characteristics of a real thing. It is important to note that a class just provides a structure, but it doesn't actually provide the real content itself. For example, a blueprint of a car or a building. So it is just a plan. To use it, we need to construct a real thing of it, that is an object. So what do you mean by object? In object-oriented programming, object is an instance of a class, and the process of creating this object is called as an instantiation. So here, when we say object is an instance of class, means it holds actual values. Means now it is not an idea anymore. It is an actual car or a building which we have constructed using our blueprint, that is a class. And again remember that many such objects can be created from one class with their own values. Like we can create a Honda car with their own values, like a fuel type or cubic capacity, the Maruti car, and so on. So let us define our own class in Python. So to create a class in Python, we can start with a class keyword to indicate that we are going to create a class. Then we need to add the name of a class. Remember that while naming the classes in a Python, we need to use camel case notation. It is a general guideline. So let us define our class. So we start with the class keyword with name of the class car followed by the colon, means it is a compound statement. Now here we start with the class body. Now currently, as we didn't decided yet that what this class car will contain, so we just say pass so that our syntax will be completed. So here we have defined our first class, that's a car. So that's simple. Now remember that a class contains class attributes, instance attributes, and the instance method. What do you mean by class attributes? So these are the attributes or variables which can share by all the instances of a class. Means if we have created objects like Honda car, Maruti car, so these class attributes are common to each and every objects. Instance attributes are the attributes or variables which are unique to each instance. So just I told that if I have created a Honda car and it has some cubic capacity of 1100 cc, so that is an attribute which is related with a particular object or instance. And then instance methods. So these are the methods used to denote behavior of an instance, means what this car is going to perform. So now let us add these attributes like class attributes and instance method to our class. So for this we modify our class. Now while defining your own class, always remember that first we need to write down a docstring which gives the clear description about for what purpose this class is created. So here I say that this class works as just simple docs I am writing. Now let us define some class attributes. Okay. So here I define the class attributes type and we are saying it value car. Now I define the instance method. It is done by the define statement define, and we are writing one simple method display message, which is going to display some message, and it takes attribute save and model name. Here self refers to the objects which is going to refer this particular method, and model name is a name of a model or car model which we are going to pass here. So it is going to print the message print I like my name which you have passed car. So this simple message this class. So here we have created our class car with class attributes and instance method. So remember that a class creates a new local namespace where all its attributes are defined. Attributes may be a data or a function. For example, here we have created the class attributes like a type as well as instance method, display, message. Another thing is that as soon as we define the class, a new class object is created with the same name, and this class object allows us to access the different attributes of that class. So let us study about a class object. So as I just told you that as soon as we define a class, we got a new class objects, and these class objects allows us to access the attributes, instance variables and instance methods of this particular class. Means a class object supports two kinds of operation: the attribute references and instantiation. So first let us study about attribute references using the class object. The attribute references use the standard syntax which we use for all attribute references in Python, that is object name dot attribute name. So let us do that. So we run our class, and here now I want to access the attributes of a class using class object. So car is our class objects, car dot attribute I say type, and see it as displayed with the car type, that is a luxury car. Similarly, I can refer to the instance method also, car dot display message, and it has written me the method object, that is it has written me the function objects. So display message is a function and it has written us that particular function object. So here you can see that from this our car example, a car type and car display message are the valid attribute references returning an string and a function objects. In addition, our class have some special attributes like a doc string as well as the class name, the module in which this class is available, and if you want you can display those attributes also. Let us start. I say car dot underscore doc, and it displayed me the doc string. So this class works as a input car. Similarly, there are some other special attributes like car dot underscore name, and it displays me the class name, or car dot underscore module. So it displays in which module this class is available. So these are the various attributes which you can able to access by using this car class. In addition, if you want to change a class attributes, you can do it with the notation class name dot attribute name, and you can assign it some new value. For example, when I say car dot type, now current type is luxury car. If I want to change its value, I can assign it a new value by simple assignment statement. So car dot type is equal to, now I say sedan car. So the value has been changed. Let us see what value is now there. Yes, sedan car. So in this way, if you want, you can change the value assigned to the class attributes. Now the second operation supported by the class objects is a object instantiation. Object instantiation uses a function notation. Means just pretend that a class object is a parameterless function that returns a new instance of a class, and it can be done like this. So you can do some object name is equal to class name followed by the function notation. Let us do it. So here I say object name Honda is equal to class name followed by the function notation. And here the object Honda is get created. So here this Honda is known as an instance or object of a class car, and that's why we call it as an instance object. So let us study now about the instance object. As we have just created one instance object, the only operation understood by the instance object is the attribute references, and there are two kinds of valued attribute references available, that is the instance attributes and the methods. So first let us see how to refer to the instance attributes. The instance attributes or variables need not be declared explicitly like the local variables. They spring into existence when they are first assigned with some value. For example, in our class, currently we do not have any instance attributes or variable, but as we have an instance object with us, we can directly create some instance attributes. Let us start. So I am going to create an instance variable or attributes for object Honda. So I say Honda dot model name, and let us assign it some model name. For example, Honda MX and some model name. So here we have created a one instance variable. Here a model name is known as an instance variable. If you want to print it, you can print it Honda dot model. When you say Honda dot model name, it prints the model name. Similarly, if you want, you can create some more instance objects based on this class. For example, now suppose I create one more car, that is a Maruti is equal to car and the function. So it has created instance object Maruti. For this also, if you want, you can create an instance variable. As we studied, the instance variable are specific for particular instance. So when I say Maruti dot model name is equal to so this is a model name for my car for instance object Maruti. If you want to print it, you can print it Maruti dot model name and it's print. So here Honda and the Maruti are the